Yo, okay, now we are live. Now we are
Oh,
back and we are on episode 7. This is episode 7 for sure. E-
episode 7.
Episode 7, man, and we got a legendary guest with us. A producer, a beat maker, one of the most prolific and one of the best. I mean, the man really nearly needs no introduction, you know? If you listen to underground hip hop, you are familiar with his work whether you know his name or not, and I really appreciate him stopping by the show. We have the one and only August Fanon in the building. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up? What's up, man?
It's all good. I got some echo just there. I wonder what that was about. Hold on, say something real quick.
Hello? Oh, I'm walking through the hallway, so I'm about to go upstairs.
Oh, okay. I thought you had like
Maybe.
a. All right, bet, perfect. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's real out here. Yeah, man. Thank you very, very much for stopping by. It's mad funny. I'm gonna bring the listener up to speed because I was like, "Yo, where are you from again?" Because I was about to be like, "Yo, New York zone," and I didn't realize you're
Yeah.
actually from many places. You're from the West Coast. You're from the South. And then August started telling me where he's really from, which is a fascinating story. But I wasn't rolling. So you're from the West Coast. You lived in the American South for a bit. You were telling me that you actually went to school in Europe. Was it?
No, I went to school in I went to undergrad at Tuskegee, which is in Alabama. But I went to grad school. I came back to Texas, Arlington, and I was in grad program, a dual master's program for city planning and public administration, right?
Right.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me catch my breath. I'm walking upstairs.
No, you're
Got
good,
like
bro.
five spiders going onto the roof here.
Hell yeah. I need roof access. I mean, it wouldn't do me too much good where I'm at.
But but yeah, so while I was in grad school at this program in out of Arlington,
Yeah.
I took a like a uh foreign exchange studies class or whatever. Study abroad. It was like a study abroad program over the summer.
Mm.
So I went to Barcelona for a month and got to study some urban planning with some of the people in the municipality that worked in the local government and studied architecture. We went to a lot of museums and check out some Gaudi stuff and whatnot. But it was like around that time when I was really in my mind making the transition from, academia to art. And that trip had a big influence on that. Just like me, like, yeah, this is what I want to do in the world. Like, this is how I want to make my impact. I don't want to be a academic. Uh, Art would be something better, particularly music. I was getting into beat making and whatnot. And then then like, so that was that summer. By that fall, I was making beats, and then by that next spring, that right in the summer, spring start of the summer, I moved to Philadelphia,
Shout out to
and
Philadelphia.
so I was in full motion then. So I started making beats, doing some like neo soul ish type R&B type stuff in the Philadelphia area, in West Philly. I was doing a little hip hop, but mostly working with a lot of singers and live musicians and bands and whatnot, just getting my feet wet. I also took a job as like I worked as like a indie rock label.
Word.
I forget the label is called, but they had a band called Downtown Harvest that was out of Philadelphia, right?
Mm.
And I worked for what's this label called? I can't remember. I had this little internship there, and I just used to go around with the band and stuff and do back end stuff for the label, calling radio stations and shit, doing spreadsheets and just trying to get the word out and just doing a little nothing here and there. But it was cool. Um, yeah, man. But I've been all over. And then after that, I moved back to Texas, and I was there for a decade. And then I moved to New York, like in 2021. So I've been in Brooklyn since then, since 2021.
Nice, man. How you liking Brooklyn?
Brooklyn's cool. I love Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn is dope, man. Brooklyn's a great place to be doing music.
I love
It's a great
Brooklyn
place
too.
to go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying I love Brooklyn too, man. I think you're
Yeah.
right. It's definitely a great place to be doing music. I mean, just the people who I know who live up there who are just like doing crazy shit, man. It's like a constant every day there's something to do, and You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a new renaissance, man. I was just saying this on. I'm gonna say it every episode. Probably, we're living in a renaissance right now.
Mm.
You know, I truly believe that.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely a part of that. You know, like I said, I really appreciate you dropping by the show and you know being willing to share some of the knowledge because you definitely we all know you got knowledge, and I know, and many people know that you make a lot of beats. You probably make more beats than anybody, respectfully. Like
I make more beats. What?
you make more beats than anybody.
Oh, thank you.
You make a lot of, and they're all fire, but you make a lot of beats. And you know, I just wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit about how technically that you make so many beats because there have been times where you know I've seen you send out like 20 some odd beats one day and I'll be like damn, and then like 2 days later it'd be like 20 more beats and I'm like damn. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not just hoarding them and then putting them out, you know, over time. Like you're making them within that amount of time. Like what is your beat making process look like to where you're able to crank them out like that?
Um, I just like I mean, one thing I do a lot of digging, like digital digging. So that makes the process a lot faster than having to go through records, actual physical records.
Right.
Like right now, I rarely go. I haven't really gone through records since I moved up to New York. I just don't have the space to do it, and my flow is just I'm just used to I'm locked into this workflow. I do actually go to record stores and look up records to then go back and get them online, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually, doing the physical, taking the record out, putting it on the thing, transferring it, and that cuts out a lot of time. So right there, I'm saving mad time just doing it by digitally. And then so I got like people that send me mad like files, like record pools and stuff, and I dig through those. I got my own little things I look through online. I got SoulSeek,
Yeah.
whatever. But I like to use Rate Your Music. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to use a list on there, find some good lists, and then just cross reference it with SoulSeek. And so I always have I'm like loaded with like options, and I've been digging for 2006, 2007, 2000, almost 20 years now. So like I've got
Wow.
a pretty good ear, and I'm pretty good at picking records, and I can work with a lot of records. So I got that on my side. I'm not wasting time with garbage records. I'm getting. I mean, I get spat just like I like any other producer where you get, oh, this shit sucks, this shit sucks, this shit sucks. But pretty much on a reel, I keep a good clip of stuff that I can use pretty much around me all the time. So that helps out.
Yeah.
That makes it fast too. So those are two things right there.
Yeah.
And then third, I mean, I try, like I say this a lot of times to people, like when I'm like artists and stuff, like, yo, right now I'm like in General Motors. So when you hear this shit, no, it's not. This is not the final rendition of this. Is just me getting a loop started, and that's pretty much it. Like I might make a transition or have a second sequence, but usually it's just like one sequence, maybe two sequences, and no drops, no nothing, just lay it out, and I'm gone to the next beat. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a what do you call it? A assembly line kind of thing. I get into that mode. Like and then like I always send the beat pack out in 10, so I'm always pushing to that number. Like, oh, I'm on 3, I got to do 7 more. I'm on 5, I got to do 5 more. I'm on 2, I got to do 8 more. So it's always like a marker I'm always trying to hit every time I'm doing it. So that keeps me, as far as pure productivity, I'm always trying to get to 10. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm doing it, I'm trying to get to that number 10, to get to that 10th beat pack and get that 10th beat and get it out to everybody so they can hear, all the rappers I'm working with, potential clients, whatnot. But yeah, that's what I guess that's what I think makes it so quickly.
Yeah.
I think I think maybe two. I like to think I gotta get a highly attuned ear, a real good ear. So like I'm picking up stuff that maybe, you know, the average producer wouldn't pick up. And then also my range is just uh, of stuff that I'm into that I'm gonna actually that I would actually use to sample is kind of wide. You know what I'm saying? A lot of producers like have a more narrow uh product like stuff that they look for. You know what I'm saying? I'm like all over the place, which helps me out. You know, because with being able to find samples, because like I'm always going over here, moving around, soul, funk, punk, alternative, folk, blues, jazz, free jazz, progressive, you know, modern, contemporary, pop, you know, whatever the fuck I'm always digging, going here and going there, which gives me a good chance of finding something too, you know. I think
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and so when you're just digging soul, and then you only got like one or two digging holes, you know what I'm saying? Like it can get pretty bleak real quickly, you know.
Right. That's when you start
But
getting
yeah,
that
yeah,
beat block and you think you don't, you're like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do this, but really you're just not looking far enough because you can sample anything. Let it be known.
right. Essentially, yeah, you really can, you really can,
You can really sample
you really
anything.
can.
And I was gonna say, it's interesting because of all the people that I've spoken to so far, I've either like been in the room with them. I mean, we've met a few times at shows and stuff,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen you make a beat. You don't be like posting beat videos of how you work, so I haven't really
Mm.
seen your process. Like, what type of equipment do you be using? Are you all in the DAW? Are you using hardware?
Right now, I'm all in the DAW. I'm all in Fruity Loops. I got a laptop, a Lenovo. I think that's what it's pronounced, Lenovo, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a laptop. I got a PC laptop, and I got like FL21, I think. And I just got FL21 maybe like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Before that, I was using the FL11. So I really just made a jump,
Yeah, it's
a
a big
leap,
jump.
a leap. I made a leap, a big leap. But it really wasn't that big of the changes were minimal, you know what I'm saying, really. And so I'm totally adjusted now. Um, I do have an SP404, but I haven't used it. I'm gonna pull it out eventually. I am gonna start jumping on the 404 more and seeing what I can do with that. But I'm ready to go. I'm good to go on the FL. My process. Like I said, I listen to I preview samples in a media player. I hear something I like. I put it into like a wave editor. FL's got a wave editor. It's called Edison. So I
Okay.
throw it into Edison, and then I heard, I look at the time on the player, and I clock it, and I go to that time in the wave editor, find it, hone in on the first loop. You know what I'm saying? Or it depends. Sometimes what I hear in the player, the clarity of it varies. Sometimes I've definitely heard like a loop. Sometimes I just heard something that was tight that I want to fuck with and just go a little bit, examine it later and try to find a loop. But sometimes, it depends.
Yeah.
I don't know. But and then after that, I'm like, I'm pretty good at like tempo and detecting tempo, like the tempo of the sample in terms of like, okay, how this is gonna play out in terms of time stretching on a 4 bar loop at at 84, at 74, 94. So I'm already adjusting that. I'm throwing it in the whatever they got this, what is that thing called in the FL? Ooh, I should know this. I do this 20 million times a day for the last
Yeah.
20 years. Can't remember what this thing is called though.
That's funny as
But
hell.
I throw it in there and throw the sample in there and I time stretch it. It depends. Like if it's like 3 to 5, like a 3 to 4, like a sample that's like three and a third, 3.33 seconds to one, I probably stretch it a bar, one bar.
Yeah.
3.5 to maybe 6.5, I do 2 bars.
Whoa.
and anything higher than that just be 4 bars, and then I just just you'll just I would just adjust the tempo of the beat. But once I throw it, then I'm really lately I've been really heavy on drum breaks. I got a zillion drum breaks. I've got a whole bunch of drum breaks that I found. I got drum breaks that I found on SoulSeek from beat packs and stuff.
Hell
I
yeah.
buy I buy drum breaks from like different people that make drum breaks, drum broker or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm always getting breaks. I got a zillion breaks, and so I fuck with the breaks. I'm chopping up breaks. Um, then I just like and like I don't know. I've been using drum breaks a lot for a long time. So I'm really good at like picking out drum breaks. It doesn't take and I have a huge selection to go through, but like I can do it pretty quickly. Like, oh, this sounds like this will work. I know this will, or like the previewing doesn't take that long. Even though I have like a lot to go, I have a lot that I can choose from. The preview process doesn't really take that long. Really doesn't take that long. I'm in there. I'm figuring it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Uh, Hey, can you hold on? Wait, no, never mind. My girlfriend was calling me, but
oh,
she
you
called me
good?
back. I'll hold. I told her I had a thing. I had a thing. I don't know why she's calling me,
Oh man, yo,
but
see what's up, man. It's all
but
good.
yeah,
Take your time, cause
yeah, but yeah. So um, but you know, what I'm saying yeah, it happens pretty quickly. Like my process is pretty streamlined. It's just on a technical standpoint. Another thing I do too is like I add like a I mix all my samples. I EQ all my samples
mm-hmm.
and I mix them. So I got plugins and shit that I add on and to boost the different frequency levels and shit on the sample. So I always boost the low end and I always boost around the strings. I don't know what frequency that is, but I always boost around the same points.
Right.
I put a stereo widener on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a second. Here she goes right now. Hold
You
on a
good? You
second.
good?
Hello?
All right. Yeah, bet. Perfect. Um, I'm sorry, but you were saying, I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, yeah, like a lot of things. I've been doing the same. I've been making beats the same in a kind of like in a technical sense, from a technical sense, in the same kind of way on FL for the last 15 years. My process has been minimal changes, just little slight things that I've done to make the beats better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like to use 808s. You know what I'm saying? That's a key. Cats got to throw the 808s in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can definitely I can hear people's beats. I'd be like, man, if you throw an 808 there, man, right there on the
right.
one, you know what I'm saying? Like every bar, you should bang out. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, bro.
Like if
That's
some people take to it, some people don't. But I'm like, yo, man, just throw it. I'm telling you, man, just put it on the one, just put it on every bar, on most beats, and then even shit that's like drumless. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That shit beats, man. That shit like you know what I'm saying? Especially because it just emphasizes the rhythm of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it gives it an actual, a drum. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
yeah, it does have but it still gives you that drumless feel, but it just adds a little something to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even on the drumless one, if you put an 808 on every bar, you know what I'm saying? Or, and then you can, and then, you can, it's drums. So, you can jazz it up as you feel, add taste, you know what I'm saying? Add do whatever you want to do,
Man.
make a drum
I'm
pattern
kicking
or whatever.
myself right now because
But
that
yeah.
should be obvious. Like I feel like I should have been doing that. And sometimes I'll put a kick, you know what I mean? And I'm like, it
Hmm.
feels just out of place. But like the 808, it's like it's right there. Well, yeah, that's That's free game right there.
I'm telling you, like, if you go back to just like listen to the '90s shit, all that shit Premiere, Wu Tang, all that shit had 808, like an 808 on it, like you know what I'm saying, like to add to the like the bass, the bottom of it,
Right.
all that shit had the 808s in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just fills up the space. It makes man, I'm telling you, once you hear it on your shit, you be like, damn man,
Bro,
like damn, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
some
Like
good
it's like
game.
it just and then the thing is too, like I got my favorite 808s that I use. Like I use like one or two. Like I don't even like. And then like if I want to get crazy with it, I can flip some shit. Like you know what I'm saying. But like I use the same bottom. I just seen a crazy. Speaking of that, like 808s, I just seen this crazy hack on the 404 where they took like record hum or some shit,
Yeah.
and then they like it was like DiBiase doing it. He was talking about he got it from Dilla, and he just used it to make like a bass sound.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit was crazy. And then they spread it out over the buttons, so it's like 16, you know what I'm saying, different tones or whatever. Oh man, that was crazy right there.
That
I was like,
404,
yo, that
man.
was.
And
Go
you got
ahead.
the MK2, right?
Yeah, they were doing MK2, yeah.
Yeah, man. I gotta see what you come up with on there because it's a really interesting device, especially coming from because I don't know anything about FL, so I was like
Mm-hmm.
I almost didn't know if I would know what to ask you. But if anybody uses FL and they've been listening for the last 20 minutes or so, they just got a bunch of gems, which is great, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. But I'm curious to see what you have you used it like at all? Have you made any 404 beats yet?
No, I haven't used it at all. I haven't even taken out the box. I
Oh
haven't used it at all.
man,
My man's talking about giving me my man Al Unique. He just put an album out. Cool
word.
cat from New York that I met when I came up here through Khadijah. He just put an album out, and he was talking. He just got an MK2, and he was talking about he's gonna give me some tutorials pretty soon because like he was just using it for the effects, but now he's got he because he had a NPC that he was holding on to like a 2K I think or maybe a 2000 or something like that,
Yeah.
but something something broke on it that made it like inoperable. So now he was forced to move to his MK2, and so now he's learning it. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you some tutorials. Like, yeah, I really don't need. I know I can figure this shit out. It's just I'm so into my workflow, and I just don't like. I just haven't had the day where I'm like, okay, Jamal or August, let's just sit down and just let's start learning this or whatever. Yeah, I just haven't taken that mental jump yet. You know what I'm saying, to do that because I'm still spazzing out on the FL. Like I really like what the FL is doing. You know, people
It's
be like, oh,
working.
you can do this, you can do that. But like I can add effects. I can know how to do that. But I don't. I just that's like a choice that I make. Aesthetically, a lot of times I just don't do it unless it's like later for a beat. But like, because I don't do a lot of beat shows, so I was like, I don't need to, make the beats more flourishing or stand out more than they already are as the loops or whatever. But like, if I did, I probably would, you know what I'm saying? But like, but I've been thinking about jumping to MK2 because I do want to do more live stuff, and I know it's probably a better live instrument than the laptop will give me, or I can use both of them at the same time.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was gonna say. You can
I'm
definitely
yeah,
you can use both. Wait, what were you were
right,
using a laptop at that joint with you did with Child Actor?
yeah, mm-hmm.
Was he also using a laptop?
Yeah,
That's
he
mad
was,
funny. That's awesome. Y'all killed
yeah.
that shit, man. That was an excellent show. I had a great time at that. That was like Shrapnel and Another Planet, Fegan Lungs, and yeah, y'all
Yeah,
killed it with the and Controller 7, and y'all killed it with that shit. I was like, I couldn't believe what
yeah,
I was seeing, man. That was
that
a
was a
good one.
cool show. That was a cool show. I like to do more shows and shit. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
we would love to
Yeah,
see that, man. People will pull up for that, and there's so many beat makers in New York and like, so many rappers and stuff. It's just there's stuff to do. I'm very jealous. I'm in New York all the time and I might move there, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother podcast.
yeah. You
Um
might move up here.
I
Yeah,
swear to God, man, I don't even
yeah,
care. This shit's
yeah. I
fire
mean,
over
it's
there.
cool. I've been feeling bad sometimes 'cause I feel like I don't take advantage of it. But I mean, I don't take advantage of it like like the actual like doing the shows as much and being out. Like I could there's I mean part of it's money reasons too, like I'm just limited funds. But
Right.
I'm out and about in the city all the time. Like just like now I'm on the roof, I'm in the city, I'm in the park, I'm on the block. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside. Me and my girl, we go out pretty frequently. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've taken in the vibe of the city a lot, and it's been real good. You know what I'm saying? Like I really love it. It's really cool.
Yeah,
You know
you
what
get a
I'm saying?
lot of
So,
energy.
you know what I'm saying? Like New York, Brooklyn's been dope, man. Like I'm in Brownsville.
Hell
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, it's cool as shit. Like I'm by this park. What's this park called? Lincoln Terrace Park. I'm like a block away from Lincoln Terrace Park. It's crazy in there. Like there's like during the Sundays. I don't know if they're still doing it. They probably are. But like they'd have like these handball courts.
Mm.
The West Indian cats would take them over. They'd be out there playing cricket, and they had fans around them. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. They're playing cricket in Brooklyn.
Hell
It's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
this
they, and
stuff's
they had
dope.
they had a marching band that played every weekend out there too in the park. And I finally went and saw the actual band. Like I used to always just sit in the park and hear the music. Like who the fuck is that playing? And then I finally like ran up on the band, and it's like the Panamanian marching band of Brooklyn or some shit like that. It's
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
So they're like Panamanian cats, like all these like kids and grown ups, like a mixture of like just like Panamanian cats. Yeah. It's
New York
crazy.
is beautiful, man. New York is really
Yeah, the
something
music
else.
is crazy. Like I said, that's all the music. The music in Brooklyn is crazy. Just like like my block is a lot of Haitians and Jamaicans, so I hear a lot of calypso and reggae all the time. Um, rap, of course. Niggas were playing the rap. But you hear all kind of stuff when you're in the cafes and in the different different like stores and event spaces, and of course the actual live music where you got like people like Thinking Lungs and Shrapnel and Q No Name coming up and doing beat sets, and all that kind of good shit. So it's a crazy atmosphere to be in as far as the music is concerned.
I would say so, man. I would absolutely
Yeah.
say so. And yeah, man. And next time I get up there, man, I gotta hit you up one of these times because I always
Yeah.
have my 404, and we gotta link and build on that because
Mm.
it's a good jump. But I love that you make stuff on FL. I was just talking to Small Professor who also makes beats on FL, and
Hmm.
when I was like talking about how I always associate, FL with the step sequencer, and I never really think about I always think about trap beats being made on there. It's so cool y'all make like really, really soulful, fire, like cool shit like that in FL. I'm just completely unfamiliar. But
Yeah.
y'all make a strong case for it. I want to try it almost, I might have to. And my like whole setup changes every day. Like y'all be like doing the same thing. I need to try that because it's working, man. You're making some fire shit. You've made some of my favorite albums. You produced all of La Hurts, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think I did. There might be one on there that I didn't do, but I think I might have did the whole thing.
It was
I think
that,
that's
and you did all of the GAT,
I think I did all but one on on GAT
the GAT. Yeah,
or the GAT.
it's
Yeah.
just fire, bro. Like you know,
Yeah.
I don't even really got a question. I just want to say that that's fire, and these are widely regarded as some of the best rap albums ever. So I appreciate. And so you're telling me all that was made on FL?
All that was made on FL.
That's
All that
what's
was
up.
made on FL.
That's
All
what's
that
up.
was on FL. Yeah, man, it's cool. Like, I like. For me, it's cool. Like, that's another thing. Like, I want to jump on the SP, but then I'm like, it's cool that I do the FL because even though like Ninth kind of put out the FL, like Ninth, everybody associates FL with Ninth or Ninth FL, or he made that association a decade ago. And so I like to be able to put my name in with the FL too. Like, yo, all this shit, to FL, all this shit to FL. I don't even think Ninth is fucking with the FL right anymore, right?
Nah,
Actually,
he's on
but
Machine, I
like,
think.
yeah. And the other thing was I was thinking too was like, a lot of this shit, even all the GAT, all the HBO, all that shit was made while I was in Texas. So all that so-called East Coast Renaissance boom bap, all that shit was made down south. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah!
And
Shout
I had
out to
never, I
Texas.
mean, I lived in Philadelphia for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? But um, but even like my friend, one of my closest homeboys in Philly that I used to do a lot of music with, he was like, "Yo, your stuff." Like he came and visited me. He's like, "Yo, your stuff changed. Like, was that intentional?" I was like, "Yeah. I mean, this is like, it was just like I was able to match what was more in my mind that I wanted to make. As I got more, as I just matured as a producer. And most of the last decade, I was in fucking Texas. So I was in Arlington, I was in Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying, taking in vibes from there, and just and even just my history, like 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 I said, I didn't move to East Coast till I was 26 years old. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. So like all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff that I grew up on, you know what I'm saying? My purview of hip hop is a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I think adds to like what I'm doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I think I can go places some younger guys can't go, just because I've heard some things and I've been more familiar with some stuff. Um, but you know, it's cool, man. Like I don't know, I forget what I was gonna say. I was just kind of rambling there.
Nah, man, I
But
appreciate the
you,
ramble. This is a good ramble, dude. Like this is all valuable. Like and your appreciation for the South is evident, man. Just we were talking before about the other stuff. The oh my god, what was I just listening to the High Life remix? I'm like, man, bro, like that's what's
the
up.
highlight. Oh, you're talking about the UGK?
Yeah, man. I just
Yeah,
listened to that
yeah.
shit. Like I damn near cried, bro. I love Pimp C.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can tell that you do
Yeah.
too. So it's cool that you like spent a lot of time in Texas and spent time on the West Coast, and it shows. You know, like you've like, and it's interesting. You were talking about having made beats for so long. I had this as the last question, but I might as well ask it now. You've been making beats for 20 years. How far do you feel like you came in your production career, like sound wise? And like, what are the most noticeable differences to you between how your early work sounds and where you're at now?
Um, I think I think a lot of it is just like refining my sound. You know what I'm saying? I think from the jump, I had a pretty good sound. Um, I think I've refined and I've added to like the sonic variety over those have been the biggest markers. Once I started EQing the samples, and once I started really getting into the drum breaks and like the drums and figuring out like how to match them and like and make them sound good and fucking really punch, like around like I guess yeah around HBO Rome time around then that's when the shit really started clicking. Like when I was like, okay, I'm working on something here. Like even particularly I remember like around that Rome time, like when I was making beats for Rome, when I got in contact with Billy Woods around before Rome came out in 2017. I forget what month, but like I'd say like the 9 month leading up to that, to year leading up to that time, that was big. That 2015, 2016 era,
Yeah.
2017, that was big.
That's a crazy album, man.
Um,
You got some crazy
yeah.
ass beats on there, dude. Like that's a sleeper, man, in their catalog. Respectfully, I think. Like, depending on what day you ask me, that might be my favorite Arm& Hammer.
Yeah, that was cool. Like I said, Pitchfork just shouted it out on their 100 greatest album list. They
Greatest
gave
album
it
ever,
they ranked it like 73. So that was
man.
cool. You know what
That
I'm saying? Like
is.
I said, I wasn't expecting that. And I forget this writer like retweeted. I posted it about it on Twitter, and he retweeted. And he was like, "Yeah, I pushed really hard in the conferences about this one. I really wanted. I'm like, thank you, I
I
appreciate
saw
that
that.
because I love Rome, and Rome's like the first album that I really like. Rome was like the first album that I really heard my shit mixed, and the shit made me mad. Like my first gut reaction was like, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, what happened to my beats? You know what I'm
Whoa.
saying? Like, that was like my first gut reaction. Like, what happened? What the fuck happened? But then, I mean, because like it just sounded different, like
Yeah.
noticeably. Yeah, I heard that like the first time. I remember. I mean, that'll be always go down as like one of my best memories in music. Of just like hearing that album for the first time, mixed and mastered. And sitting in my studio by myself, like, oh, this is crazy. Like, wow,
Wow.
this is crazy. But
That's
what?
incredible, man.
I mean, let me think. I mean, like yeah, EQ, like I said, EQ and learning, making like really EQing the beats, EQing the samples. That was a big step. What I'm saying? Like I said, like I said, all the samples are already there. It's just refining them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then over years and years, it's just a repetition and just knowing what's going to work or how how to chop things, like how this will sound, or where, like being comfortable like with where you're cutting the samples at, and knowing like, okay, this is going to do this is going to do that. Probably, I'm still surprised. Like I don't know what the beat's gonna. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna sound. Like every time it's like, wow, oh my god, but it's just like in the process of doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like you just repeat so many the steps so many times. You just you build a comfort with it, and you can anticipate things. So it's cool. But yeah, I'd say, like I said, the EQing of the samples, that was a big thing. Um, and just continuing to like dig into music. That's one thing. I think I've done a lot of music like that's reflected in like the variety of sounds that I use. Like I really dug into a lot of different music, and I really passionate about a lot of different music, and I try to incorporate as much as I can into what I'm doing and sampling it. You know, uh,
Yeah.
even still now, I'm still growing in that respect. Finding different things and new things to sample, or
Oh
old records
shit.
again.
Sounds like
Like,
you're in
oh,
a
I can
wind
do
tunnel,
this, I
man.
can do that. You know, that's always a marker of growth. Like unintentionally, I'll like stumble across records that I sampled years ago. And I'll be like, oh, I already sampled this. Well, fucking listen to it again. Let's listen to it again. I'm like, oh
Right.
shit, I didn't sample this. Like, okay.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's
I know my
major.
ears changed, what I'm saying? It's grown, what I'm saying? So and
Yeah.
then another thing too, like with me, a lot of times like I loop or I take like big pieces, like I said, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I'll take a 45-second, like, but I'll get down to like 2 second samples, 2 or 3 seconds. But like a lot of like micro chopping I don't do, but I know I can do it. Like if I like in the future, like if I like I had that space to develop and grow into, like where I can cut up samples even smaller in bits, do other things with them. You know what I'm saying? Than what I'm doing now. So I look forward to that, like in growing and seeing what I can do, doing, cutting up smaller and smaller pieces, playing with a little bit more. But yeah, yeah, okay.
That's what's up, man. I was and it's it's interesting. Like I hear, you've worked with everybody in the underground. Made full on albums with some of the best people. And pardon my ignorance if I just missed it, but do you have like a producer album, like a August Fanon album
What'd you
featuring
say?
all?
On my side, it's going crazy. What'd you say?
Oh yeah, it sounds like kind of choppy. Hold up, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh shit, technical difficulty.
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me? Oh no. Yo, bro. Yo, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
I'm in the hallway. Maybe it's acting up.
Yeah,
Hold on.
hold
Let
up.
me, let me see if I can.
I'm gonna turn.
Sometimes my Bluetooth gets lost.
I'm gonna turn me up.
Hold on a second.
This shit is recorded live. Check.
Hello?
Yo,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's back. Yeah, my
perfect.
Bluetooth went out. So, I don't know. They got like all these like old, like, what do you call them? Like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. Thank you. They got all these old, like, dishes, like, cable dishes. And I think when I every time my phone goes, my Bluetooth be like going in and out with the dishes or whatever, like
Oh
crossing
shit.
interference or something. I
That
don't know.
happens. It's technology for you. But
Yeah.
no, I was saying, do you have a producer album that exists that I don't know about, like a August Fanon album with a
Uh,
bunch of features and shit?
no, no. I was going to put one out, try to get one out this year, but it's probably going to be next year. I got one like that I've been working on, and I mean, I have like I've got a couple that I've been working on. I got like a Black Kids compilation album with a lot of different rappers that I've worked with. You know what
Hell
I'm
yeah.
saying? I got that. and then I have something called the first idea, and it's like I did an A side, which is like mad, anime and cartoons and stuff, and then I got it mixed in with like all these black women poets, which is kind of like the really what it's about. And then I decided to do a B side where I took the same beats and I had a bunch of different rappers rapping over them. And I was like, I need to get some women on here, so I got the women poets. So I went back and I got a couple of women that I've known that I've been rapping with, working with the sister named Obuki from out of London.
Hell yeah.
Back with Sweetie gonna be on there.
Hell yeah.
Amani Michelle. I might try to get Khadijah on there too.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah. And I got Blue on there, Young Morpheus.
Word.
Who else is on that one? Black Kush got a song on there. Ty Ferris.
Word.
And on my Black Kids compilation, I got Arm & Hammer, I got Mock, got my man Melanin 9,
Word.
Navy Blue, bunch of people on there. So
Man,
I'm
we
gonna
need
release
that.
those albums eventually next year.
You
And
definitely
those are
need
gonna
that.
be like producer albums. Those should be cool.
That's crazy,
I
man.
got, I got some other ones down the pipeline, but I don't even want to talk about them because I've been saying I'm gonna release those ones for even longer. I got all kind of old stuff.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
great. I'm glad you mentioned about the poets because I was listening to why can't I think of the name of it? It was on It's on your Bandcamp, and it's got like the Friday sample, like the you got to be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
Yeah.
And it's got like a lot of political stuff. I mean, a lot of your instrumental tapes have a lot of political stuff, and I just wanted to mention that I thought it was cool that you use your beats as a vehicle for like political messages because you don't rap, so you still find a way to incorporate that, and I think that that's fire.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you said something about that because I really try to do that. Like, and a lot of the thrust for it is like you say because I don't rap, so it's like what can I say over the beat? You know what I'm saying? So I try to say something over the instrumental tapes. I'm always finding interesting clips. I'm a little lazy. Like I always come across more than I actually snatch up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Khadijah's always coming through all kind of fire stuff that I'd like to grab, but she's always like, you gotta take it in before you give it out. She like
Word.
wants me to like listen to the whole thing and whatnot. She doesn't want to share it with me.
Yo, shout out to Khadijah, man. I was gonna mention that it's really dope
Yeah.
that you have a supportive partner like living with and who's holding you down like that, and
Yeah.
that's fire, bro, because some people have to like hide the fact that they make music from their family and there's what I mean, they're like, oh, hold up, the wife's gonna kill me, you know what I mean? It seems like y'all got a good system going on over there, and it helps. It's like your system and what you do is completely working all the way because everything is leading back to the system.
Yeah, it's really a blessing in disguise. Like, I
Yo, it's
remember
kind of
sometimes,
loud
like, I
where you're
remember one
at.
time, like, I was gonna take this job just to make some extra money, and Khadijah was like, "Are you sure? Can I just get this? Can I get a straw too?"
Oh, you're
And
actually
she
at the
was just
store. Oh, hell yeah. I thought it was like a TV or something.
Oh, no,
That's
I'm at the
lit.
store.
My bad.
No,
I didn't
she
mean to
was-
cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's good. She was like, she was like, "You sure you want to do this? Because like, you don't want to take away from your music or whatever, Cause like, no, I think it was they wanted. I was like going to take a part-time job. They wanted me to go full-time maybe. And I
Yeah.
was like, I wasn't really considering it, but she was like, "No, hell no, fuck that." Okay. And so you rarely get a partner like that. That's
That's
really,
real,
really, really
man.
rare. You know what I'm saying? So like, hats off to her. She's fully behind
August Fanon music, you know, she's 100% behind it. So
That is
it makes all the difference in the world, you know.
that's
You know, and
amazing.
she loves the music too. She loves like underground hip hop. Maybe she listens to it more than me even. Like, you know, on the real, like she like locks into specifically underground hip hop more than I do. She listens to it more concentrated than I do.
She's
That's
super tapped
real.
in, man. I was sitting
Yeah.
right next to y'all at the mock show, man. I believe that wasn't the first time I met you though, because we met a few times here and there.
What'd you say? My bad, it went off again.
Oh, I was just saying I was sitting right next to y'all at the mock show.
Oh, at the mock show, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say but that wasn't when we met. We met before. I don't know when we met, but uh, yeah, I be seeing y'all up there, and it's a good unit, man. You got a good system going on. Seemingly outside looking in, you know what I mean? It's like that's very important. And it's like you said with the beats, man. It's like the when I was asking about how you go about making so many beats, and you're like the beats damn near done being made while you're hearing it. You know what I mean? You set up such a good
Yeah.
system, and the same can be true in life. If you set up a good foundation, everything is gonna kind of fall into place more or less.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
some good shit. Um, Man, I'm kind of I'm like looking at my questions. I didn't ask them in order, but that's a good thing because it means it's a naturally flowing conversation. Um, Trying to get my podcast skills up. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So we love all the mock stuff. We love the Black Chai, otherwise the Blur. You know, the Doof album. I could go on forever, man. Like you have a lot of great albums. Do you have anything in your catalog that you really, really love that I hate to use the word underrated, but like might be a little bit of a sleeper that you just want to shout out, like yo, run this back because you might have missed it.
Uh, three things. The Trauma Center by Kendall Spencer. Trauma Center one. I really like that album.
Hell yeah.
That's on his Bandcamp. Kendall Spencer, Trauma Center, the Trauma Center, Volume One. Uh, there's something I have on YouTube called August Fanon and Yao Smokers Quality. It's a little EP. I like that a lot.
Okay.
That's on YouTube. It's just like 5 or 6 songs that I did with my friend Yao. He's from Philly. He came to visit me out in Texas one week. Like his son lives out in Texas. He's got a small child that lives out in Texas. So he came to visit his son, and we spent some time together. We cut that. I like that. And then there's something that's not really released, but it is available. And that's this album that me and Iceberg Theory never released. Uh, I think is it called The Birds of Prey? What is the album called? It's on my Patreon though. Like
Okay.
if you flip through my Patreon, I put a link to that album that me and Iceberg never released. Maybe it'll get released. It's funny because like I think it's awesome. Like Iceberg, like he can take it or leave it. He
Right.
feels like it's not his best. He feels that he's grown as an MC. I know a lot of MCs get into this thing where they're like, I'm done with that. I don't. And
Ah,
I know some MCs that at a certain point they won't even release any old stuff. Like, no, I'm not on that no more. Like,
man,
okay, man.
that kills
But
me,
like,
man.
yeah. So, but I love the album. I fucking love it.
I gotta check that out.
That's on my Patreon. Like me, like those three albums. You see, and then slept on. Me think. Mm, no, I think everything's pretty good.
Good,
I think the Otherwise a Blur and the album I did with Blue this past year, the 40, was
man.
really really good.
Super fire.
And I think Otherwise the Blur is really really good too. You
I
know that
love that
I
album.
wouldn't say they're like not totally slept on, but I think they should even be getting more props than they have been actually.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? So in that respect, they're slept on, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to where I'm going. You know, the word to get around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just like even you know, everything was moving pretty slow until like I remember the last time I suffer from schizophrenia, and the last time I went to the hospital was like 2019, and I remember I came out that summer of 2019. I came to the hospital, and I went to my email, and it was just flooded with all these messages and all this shit. I was like, damn, I'm on now. It's just
Word.
like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went from like just like sitting around waiting to get a message for or anything, you know, some to pop, to now everything is clicking, relatively speaking, anyway. And
Wow.
so, you know, I know that's how things happen. They just, you know, and just one day everything just, you know, starts moving. Next thing you don't even notice it. You know, it's moving along. So, you know, people still getting back to me about like the HBO. Like, I didn't know you produced. Like, how it's weird. It's totally weird. Like, as a music fan, you know, saying that's like the first thing you do. It's like, okay, this is the artist who produced it. You know, record labels on, et cetera, et cetera. But these fans like don't connect none of that up. They're like whatever. They don't think like they're not on that. They don't think like that at all.
They don't think like
So you
that at
know,
all, man. They don't even hear this. The crazy thing is that they don't even hear the. A lot of people don't even hear the music. Like they don't even hear the words. The whole bars went over their head. Like there's a lot of shit just going right over their head. I don't know what they're getting from it, but if they support it, whatever. You know.
right.
And a lot of people
I
do
don't
get
know.
it, obviously, but you know,
I
some
feel you. I feel you on that. Like it's weird. It's a weird space. Like in that sense. Like what do you people even get out of this shit? Like,
yeah, because you
or it's
didn't
funny.
catch the
It's
bar.
yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. I was just saying, like, you know, it's interesting. Like, you know, people it will really, really go right over people's heads. I watch it. I'll look at the Genius lyrics and they be wrong because somebody uploaded the wrong shit. I'm like, you didn't even hear this song. Like, you didn't even catch what the point of the song was.
Right. Stuff like that. Like the other day, I remember on Twitter, I said something like breaking beats down to their very last compound. And I'm thinking like a hip hop. I can't even remember whose verse it was. It may be KRS One. I mean, it's a hip hop line that I heard somewhere before. I just can't remember. I can't attribute it to the MC, but it's a totally hip hop context. And somebody was like, I'm breaking that down to the left hand. And I'm like, no. And nothing. I mean, that's what he was doing, but that's not what it's about at all. Like, it's like
Yeah,
everything is just lost in fucking translation for real. It's crazy. Like, you know,
that's so funny.
yeah, it's everything's just lost in translation nowadays. Like, I mean, hip hop used to be something very local and very like black centered. Now it's like it's just open to the whole world. It's open to the interpretation of the shit is just the craziest shit in the world.
I
The
love it.
craziest shit in the world.
I think it's so crazy and like so just like it's just the Wild West all over again with this shit. And some people hate it for that,
Yeah.
but I love it. I really think it's an interesting like creative explosion space within a space. You know, I feel like some cool shit's coming out. Some bullshit's coming out too, but some cool shit's happening.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, I mean, there's this kid on my block, and he makes rap, but it's like, and he's like, there's this dude. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he told him about me. That we both know mutual. He's older than both of us. This kid probably like 20 years old. The mutual is like 56, and I'm 45.
Mm.
And so like, I remember he showed us some of his music, and it's like, what the hell is this, man? What are you doing? And, but like the video was good. Like the video was good. I'm like, all right, cool, man. But it's like kind of like that space. Like I was like, damn, like I'm doing hip hop, he's doing hip hop, and there's other people on my block that's doing hip hop. But like there's another dude on my block that does hip hop. But we're like in three totally different worlds of this shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
so
But
true.
both here on the same block talking about, yeah, we all do hip hop. You ask all of us, yeah, man, I'm do hip hop. Yeah, man, I'm in hip hop, man. You know, it's just like it's wild.
It's a
Wow.
very interesting point. And
Yeah.
you know, it's like what is the underground? You know, like, and that's why I think
Yeah.
when Sonny Digital was online talking about the underground and people were getting mad at him, but the point he made was interesting because he was talking about a different underground than the underground that these people who were mad were talking about. You know, like there's like 20 different undergrounds happening at once, which again I think is cool. We basically in a roundabout way answered most of my questions, and that was a lot of good insight, and I'm trying to keep it to an hour, but I did have one more question that I wrote down, and then I have a couple quick joints that I try to ask everyone. So I'm gonna just run through it, and my shit's on like a couple percent, so we made it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And so this question, you mentioned like dealing with mental health and things of that nature, but you also work a lot.
Yeah.
Do you deal with burnout, or how do you deal with burnout, or has it affected you? Do you ever end up with like, I done worked way too fucking much and now it's a problem?
Not really. I mean, how can I say this? The music really keeps me going. When I feel low or I'm feeling burnt out or depressed or I suffer from anxiety attacks. Ever since I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, I like have the anxiety attacks every once in a while, and that's the thing that gets me out of my anxiety attacks. Or after my anxiety attacks, I go back to the music, or just to keep my mood up. You know what I'm saying? I'm making music. The other day, like when D'Angelo passed, and I made these remixes. I was like, wow, like this is crazy. Like it really lifted my spirits because I was really sad about D'Angelo passing.
R.I.P.
And then to remix his stuff and for it to sound really good. And then also it was like I put it on my Substack. Like it kind of was like a creative breakthrough because like I didn't think like I could be able to make tracks that could like work with like a D'Angelo. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like this is. I'm like, I can do anything. I felt like I can work with anybody I want to. And I have something like they could, if the vision is there, like it can be accomplished. I have the tracks for it. But I don't get burnt though. The only time I felt burnt out ever with the music was like around 2010. Like I got diagnosed with schizophrenia and I had to move back from Philadelphia to Texas. And when I moved back, like that first 6 months or so, like it was just real hard for me to make a beat. I couldn't make shit. I remember telling a friend, I was like, I don't know, I can't make nothing, man. It's crazy. And I think I made like a beat tape around 2011, and that was like really hard. It was like really hard to do that. Like, that was like, oh yeah, these are like the only 10 beats I can make. Period. Like I don't have any other beats. Wow. These are the only 10 I got. But ever since then, everything's been just pretty much flowing like water, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's amazing, man. I mean, it's not amazing that we have to deal with things that are of that nature, but it is amazing that, you can have something like that can kind of bring it all back and bring it together, when times like that arise. So I think that's fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess the very last couple little questions I got here. So you said you make beats on FL. Did you start on FL?
I think I actually started on Cool Edit Pro.
Cool Edit Pro.
I think I had like some kind of combination of Cool Edit Pro and FL going. Where like I was chopping samples on Cool Edit Pro and then transferring them to FL until I figured out like I could do it all in FL. For a hot second, I was making beats in Cool Edit Pro though.
Shouts out.
Using it somewhat.
Shouts out to Cool Edit Pro, man. And then final one is Mount Rushmore of beats. We don't fuck with colonization or colonizers or Mount Rushmore as it stands in America, but like as a concept, like 4 people who you would put up there for your beat making, your influence, and like maybe your goats, whatever. Just like what 4 heads you got up there. I know this is the hard one. This is the hard one.
That's a hard question.
I saved it for last.
Dilla.
Hell yeah.
RZA, Dilla. Ninth and Fez 1.
Hell yeah. That's great. I love that. Yeah, shout out to all parties involved. Shout out to you for coming by the podcast. You didn't have to, but you did. This is some really, really, really valuable information going on here, and I really appreciate it. And then, do you have any shout-outs? Anybody you've been listening to, anybody you're working with, any names you would like to say on record before we, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Sudoku. I always messing up his name. Sudoku.
Yeah.
Black Kush, Black Chai, Mock, Vic Spencer, Kendall Spencer. Who else? Obi-Wan, Sleep Sinatra.
Hell yeah.
Doofus, Young Morpheus.
Social Security.
Mike Eagle, Arm & Hammer, Blue, everybody I work with, past, present, future, Khadijah, my family, that's all. Can I get 3 short?
That's amazing, man. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. And I think we covered all our bases here, man. I think that's a good wrap. And that's episode 7. And we got more on the way. We talking with real legends out here about real shit and about music. And tap back in with us, man. We appreciate y'all and have a good night. Thank you, bro.
All right, thank you, man.
Hell yeah.